For square number 6 of our 2025 sampler blanket, I'm going to be using this gold Stylecraft Special DK yarn. It's an 8-ply with a 4mm hook. Scissors, needle and ruler or tape measure is a must. Here we have the finished sample of the mesh stitch. It's actually called small mesh. Now, this one also is a single row repeat and it has turned out really sweet. I really like it. Righto, we need to make our chain for our mesh stitch square. I advise you to make your chain a little longer than you normally do for this one. The mesh stitch square is made up of single crochets, skip 1, chain 1. Single crochet, skip 1, chain 1. Okay, I've had a play with it and you will need to make a few more chains than you normally do because that pattern tends to keep the work in. Whereas this one, the thicket pattern, I found once I got on a roll, it actually expanded the work out. So I only used 22 stitches in this square, but I'm going to go up to 26 for the mesh stitch square. I've done a trial of 24 chains and it just wasn't quite wide enough. So just take note that no matter what size you're doing, just make yours a little bit bigger this time. Okay, so we'll pop our yarn end in our right hand, making a loop, pulling up a loop. We've now got a movable slip stitch. Now I'm going to do my chains and meet you back here soon. I'm just a little bit over my 13 centimeters and that is a good thing. Righto, we're going to start off working into the second chain from the hook. So you've got the top of the chain here where you can see all the V's. I use the back bump just because that's what I prefer, so you use whichever method you like to. We're going to skip one chain and work into the second one from the hook with a single crochet. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch. Single crochet, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, single crochet, chain 1, skip 1 stitch. Now do this along the whole foundation row. Chain 1, skip 1, single crochet, and I will meet you at the end. Towards the end, you should have 2 stitches left, so chaining 1, skipping 1, and into the last stitch with a single crochet. Now we chain 1 and turn our work over. We're going to go straight into the center of that single crochet below with another single crochet. Chain 1, skip a stitch, which is the chain from below, and then single crochet into the single crochet below. Chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch and single crochet into the center of the single crochets below. Chain 1, skip and single crochet, chain 1, skip and single crochet, single crochet, chain 1 and single crochet into the end. Let me check. I'll just check the width of my work now and that's much better. That's 13 centimeters. Fantastic. Now we're going to chain 1, turn our work, dive straight into the center of that single crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet, chain one, skip a stitch. It's such an easy pattern. I do have some more that are a little more complicated, but I'm just going to work through the easy ones to begin with. And for those who are just learning to crochet, I think it's a good way for you to gradually increase your skills. Just then I did a chain one and I turned my work over. I'm popping my hook straight into that single crochet to make another single crochet. Chain one, skip a stitch. Single crochet, chain one, skip a stitch. Single crochet, chain one, skip a stitch. Single crochet. So some of the other patterns have some double crochet clusters, and there's forward and back posts. So things that we can gradually sneak up on. By doing the easy squares first and then adding in one other aspect of a crochet stitch that you may or may not have done before, and then building on that. I think that's a good way to go. Single crochet, chain, skip one. Single crochet, chain, skip one. Single crochet, chain, skip one there, single crochet into the end. There we go. It's a very sweetly, mildly textured square. Next round is chain one, turn your work over and pop your hook straight through the center of that single crochet below. Chain one, skip a stitch. Single crochet into the single crochet. Chain one, skip a stitch. Single crochet, chain one, skip a stitch. Single crochet, chain one, skip a stitch. Now work this pattern across a number of rows and we'll come back together really soon. So here is the mesh stitch square after 21 rows. It's just a little bit, nearly 13, very close. And I've got 2 and a bit centimeters to go. So let's keep working on our project. Chain one, turn your work. Single crochet into the single crochet below. Chain one, skip one, single crochet. 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 And do a few more rows. And it should be nearly there by then. I'm on to row 24 and this is my last row. Just finishing off the square. And there we are. Snipping that yarn end off. Popping it on a needle to to darn in our yarn ends. It is a good thing if you make a habit of doing your yarn ends as soon as you've finished your work. Again, when it becomes just natural, it doesn't feel like too much of an effort. It saves that awful feeling of having to do them later on once you've finished your project and really don't feel like tackling them then. So there we go. I'll do that other one in a minute now. And that's square number 6 done. 5 and 6. Lovely. I'm happy with those, and I hope that you are too. I'll be back with you all again very shortly. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.